Hi, today we'll be finishing our three-part series with the discussion of Munkhbat Urantsetseg, who was a female judoka hailing from Mongolia. She was born on March 14th, 1990, and in Bangkok, and she is most famous for her participation in the Tokyo Olympic Games of 2020, in which she won a bronze medal, making her the first female judoka from Mongolia to do that. Another notable achievement of hers is that she is a Guinness Book of World Record holder for the number of medals won in an IJF World Tour. The number of medals she won is 39, and these are 11 gold, 13 silver, and 15 bronze. Now, Munkhbat originally did not see herself competing in judo, as she wanted to compete in boxing instead. But judo was the only sport her gym provided for her when she was younger, and that's the sport that she found herself in. And when it comes to judo, what she's best known for would be her mastery of the turtle position. When opponents find themselves in turtle, which happens a lot in judo, Munkhbat is very good at attacking with turnover techniques or submission holds. One of her best submission holds from turtle would be her clock choke, and that is what Munkhbat is best at. A way in which her opponents can find themselves in turtle is from failed throwing techniques. So, for instance, if a drop knee upon, say, a nagi fails, then the person is just on the bottom of turtle. And if they're on the bottom of turtle against Munkhbat, then they can be in quite a good deal of trouble. Because of her mastery of this position, it can really limit her opponent's game. Because drop knee upon nagi would be one of your more popular throwing techniques. And when also the turtle position in general is seen as kind of a position of safety. But against certain competitors, Munkhbat being one of them, it's not at all safe. And it's actually a great attacking position for those who know it so well. My favorite match of Munkhbat would be her match against the Argentinian Paulo Pareto. And in this match, Munkhbat was able to score a wazari by turning over Paulo Pareto from turtle with a triangle. And it was a wazari because she held it for 10 seconds, which would give her a half point. Paulo Pareto, before Munkhbat could hold for the full 20, was able to escape. If she could have held for 20 seconds, that would have been ippon, and the match was over. And the match would be over. But it's a credit to Pareto that she could escape from such a dangerous position. And Paulo Pareto is very notable in her own right, as she is the 2016 Olympic Games gold medalist. And she is just famous for her conditioning. I'm a huge fan of her Instagram, as she will frequently post herself doing various exercises at such a high level that it's truly incredible. Now, what I learned from Munkhbat is that she kind of taught me how I should develop my understanding of that turtle position would be one way in which I learned from her. But another is that in her transitions, when she's taking a person from turtle and putting them on their back, she will frequently use their gi to tie off one of their limbs. This puts them in a position where Munkhbat is on top of them, holding them down, and they don't have an arm, for instance. And this can make it even harder for them to escape. And Munkhbat is so good at it because she'll do it like mid-transition. As she's taking them over from turtle, they won't even land flat before she'll have a limb exposed and is wrapping it off. And she's kind of the first judoka who I've seen make use of that. And definitely at the level that she does, she's truly a master of those kinds of techniques. But that isn't to say that she only knows stuff from turtle, as she can demonstrate so many different throwing options. For instance, in her match with Funetsunaki of Japan, she was able to do so many different throws, but every time they landed in turtle, Munkhbat had options to potentially turn over even the great Tsunaki, who's incredible as well. She always has great matches. But a reason like you should pay attention to Munkhbat, especially nowadays, is that like even what I learned while doing this is that even though Munkhbat is actually now retired, as she retired this year, formerly from judo, which is a shame, but Munkhbat is actually looking to participate in the sport of mixed martial arts, and she's going to transition to it. Her dream in mixed martial arts is to actually receive the UFC belt, and that's just a very, very awesome and lofty goal that I'm really looking forward to seeing how she does, as she has just such a pedigree when it comes to judo, and I want to know how that pays off or pans out in the sport of mixed martial arts. Judo is just so sport driven, as there's so many different aspects where a ref can kind of interfere and change the pace with all their penalties and with all their stand-ups, that I really don't know what Munkhbat's game will be. And it's just super, I'm just super curious. Another thing is that with Munkhbat and her ground game, it's gonna be interesting to see like if she's actually great from like a standard guard, or great in like positions that would frequently result in a referee standing them up. Now, Munkhbat will of course have amazing takedowns. That I'm sure that's going to be the case. But as to her actual ground game, I'd just be very interested. So that has been my report of Munkhbat, and it's been a very interesting experience. As a few things I didn't know was that one was that she was retired, and two was that she had mixed martial arts ambitions, and I would not have at all expected either of those things. I was actually very disappointed that she had retired, as I've always looked forward to her matches. But I'd be very curious as to like, what do you think of transitioning from a strictly sport judo, from a strict sport such as judo, to the sport of mixed martial arts, and just how different they are, and if that can be done successfully. Will she end up like a Ronda Rousey and get the belt, or has just too much changed, and that's just not going to be done anymore at this point? So just let me know what you all think in the comment section, and if you like this video, then be sure to click the button, and also look at the other 2 videos in my series. Thanks, and please subscribe. Take care.